Hey guys, I was hoping to have a longer video today by including some amazing garage sale finds, but Mother Nature had her own ideas instead. Hello everyone and welcome back into the channel. If you are new here, this channel is all about reselling. Now my name is Andrew, and together with my wife Jessica, we run a full-time online reselling business named 5 Little Ducks Resale. And during the course of our business, we go to garage sales, estate sales, and thrift stores, and we buy items for cheap, and then we flip those items online for a profit on sites like eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. Now, I was really hoping that because last week was our spring break and that garage sales were popping up all over the place, that by the time I made this video, we'd have a ton of stuff to show you. Some major finds that we picked up at some garage sales, some major scores, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Like I said, Mother Nature had her own ideas. The weekend was largely overcast and rainy, and the sales that we did end up going to were just way too small. It was basically like a table of stuff in a garage, and half of that stuff on the table was baby clothes. So needless to say, we didn't do too well on the sourcing front. Now, Jess and I did end up going to one estate sale where we found a couple of stuffed animals and some other small things, but really no home runs at all. Well, because there's no finds to go through, I guess we'll jump right into the sales portion of today's video. So like always, we will jump in to our eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark stores. We'll start with eBay, and these sales dates are from March 3 through March 9. Starting off the list was this 2008 Star Wars The Clone Wars Hasbro Destroyer Droid action figure, and it sold for $3.99 plus shipping. Following that, we had this vintage Corningware floral bouquet casserole dish with lid, and it sold for $9.99 plus shipping. Next up, we had this pair of Wings of Fire graphic novels, number 1 and 2 by Tui T. Sutherland, and these sold for $5.99 plus shipping. Up next was this Hasbro Star Wars Galactic Heroes R4 P17 Astromesh droid. This really wasn't anything more than a red R2-D2 unit, and he sold for $4.99 plus shipping. Next up was a Lego set. This was Lego Monster Fighters number 40076, the zombie car with manual and spider, but no figure. This sold for $4.99 plus shipping. Incidentally, this was the only Lego set so far that I've sold that was incomplete. All the other ones to date have been 100% complete. I figured that because the zombie and his accessory wasn't included, that I'd just sell the car as is. So I did some research, found out that it did sell, and so I listed it fairly competitively, and it sold pretty quick. The next item was this 2004 Thai Beanie Babies Curls, the light brown bear, and he sold for $4.99 plus shipping. And following that was another Beanie Baby. This was Shamrock, the green Irish bear, and he sold for, again, $4.99 plus shipping. Next up, we had this vintage 1996 Precious Moments 6-piece Christmas holiday candle set. These were all new in the box, and together they sold on a best offer of $16.55 plus shipping. Next up was this lot of 9 David Drake sci-fi fantasy paperback books. These sold for $17.99 plus shipping. Next up was this Star Wars Galactic Battle Game set of 2 cards and 3 figure stands. This sold for $1.99 plus shipping. Next up was this 2023 new with tags Aflac Holiday Christmas Duck, which actually talked when you squeezed it. He sold for $16.99 plus shipping. So just another aside on this sale. So historically, when my wife and I go out sourcing, there's always this contention between the things that she finds and the things that I find. And she always gravitates towards plush. And truthfully, plush aren't really my favorite things to pick up and sell. Now, I do like some of the older plush, which has a little bit more value, but she always finds these plush that I am just like, you know, I don't think anyone's going to buy that. But she was insistent that we were going to be getting this one. Now, of course, she has the last laugh because this sold fairly quickly. So I'm publicly proclaiming that yes, Jess, you were correct and I was wrong. Next up was another Star Wars sale. This was Star Wars C-3PO with removable panels from Attack of the Clones. This sold for $4.99 plus shipping. Next up was also a Star Wars figure. This was a 2008 Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars. He was a loose action figure with some accessories but missing some other pieces, but he sold for $3.99 plus shipping. Next up we had this Cracker Barrel mug. It was designed by Susan Wingett and it featured a woodland fox, and this sold for $17.99 plus shipping. Next up we had this vintage Ford audio demonstration cassette tape featuring Whitney Houston and Carly Simon, and this sold for $4.99 plus shipping. And the last eBay sale of the video, which is actually the first sale from the vintage Star Wars haul that we found last video, it was the 1978 Darth Vader TIE Fighter, which was sold as parts only for repair or rebuild, and this sold for $24.99 plus shipping. So now that those eBay sales are out of the way, we'll transition over to Mercari. The first sale from Mercari was this 2021 Nintendo Pokemon Green Bulbasaur stuffed animal plush, and he sold for $13 plus shipping. Up next was this 1995 Upper Deck Collector's Choice Single Series Factory Set cards. It was a set of 530 cards, all sealed, and this went for $32 plus shipping. Following that, we had this lot of 32 mini My Little Ponies from blind bags and other various playsets. Together, these all sold for a $30 best offer plus shipping. Next up, we had this Thomas & Friends Dennis the Gray Diesel Engine from the Take Along Diecast series. He sold for $6 plus shipping. Now, this next item was from our family friend Larry. We are actually consigning a number of things from him and his family. So this was a vintage Royal Dalton 10.5-inch collector's plate featuring a cobbler or a shoe repair scene. And this sold for $8 plus shipping. The next item was this black Sailor Moon men's size medium graphic t-shirt. And this sold for $8 plus shipping. This next sale was kind of cool. This was a package of 8 still sealed new old stock Teacher's Friend Publications sticker packs. And together these sold for a best offer of $30 plus shipping. And the final Mercari sale of the video was this lot of 12 Thomas & Friends mini trains, which came in their own plastic carrying case. And this sold for $14 plus shipping. Now, of course, with eBay and Mercari out of the way, that brings us to Poshmark, where we only have 2 remaining sales. The first of which was this Fuddruckers 20-ounce glass beer stein mug, and it sold for $8 plus shipping. And the last Poshmark sale, which is also the last sale of the video, was this pair of Miss Me women's size 26 straight leg distressed embellish dark washed jeans, which sold for $26 plus shipping. Well guys, hopefully with garage sale season officially kicking off down here, I hope to show you a ton of cool stuff really soon. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Now if you like this sort of content, go ahead and click the like button or the thumbs up button below. And if you wouldn't mind, possibly even consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help us out. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you next time.